I've been a banker for the past 13 years. I work at a credit union in Seattle. And 8 years ago, when I had my first child, I found that having children actually made me better at the office. I found that I became a better multitasker. I found that I was more creative in my problem solving, that I could prioritize things better, that I tended to keep my cool a little bit more because I had some different perspective. I found that having children made me a better employee. And so I was really interested in this phenomenon, so I went to go read about it. And what I found primarily was things that were written about how hard the work-life balance is, how unfair the wage gap is, how our husbands don't do enough around the house, which are all very true and real issues. They just weren't what I was personally experiencing. And I thought, gosh, wouldn't it be nice to read more about this? And you know, at the time, I just had my first child, so I was really kind of, I don't know if any of you did this when you had kids, but I was really like starting to think about my legacy, and am I setting a good example? And so in this rush of goodwill, I said, well, maybe I'll write a book. Maybe I'll write a book, set a good example for my daughter. Yeah, that banged around in my head for about 2 years, this maybe I'll write a book idea. Until one day when I was at the office, and I had suspected a coworker of something. I thought she had done something, and I asked her about it point blank. And as she was answering me, I thought, I know that look. I know that. That's the look my 2-year-old gives me when I ask her, Rebecca, did you put your sneakers in the toilet? And she looks at me and says, no, Mommy, it must have been Daddy. It's the look she gives me when she's lying to me. And it occurred to me at that moment that human nature is human nature. Whether you're 2 or you're 62, we're pretty much hardwired the same way. We want the people, we want to operate in an environment that is predictable and safe. We want the people in charge of us to do what they say they're going to do, to be fair, and to tell us what's going on. We want to be praised when we do a good job, and we want to know what the consequences are when we don't do a good job. We want to know what the expectations of us are. And that's what little kids want, and that's what adults want. And when you're a parent, you spend so much time and energy trying to build a world like that for your little ones. And I mean, really, when you think about it, when you're a parent, you spend all your time trying to get another person to do what you want them to do in the manner in which you want it done. Right? It's what you do when you're a boss, too.